Inside a factory, two workers were stationed near a large container of heated water, warmed from below by an open flame. They were carefully adding materials into the container as part of the production process. During the task, one worker suddenly lost balance, likely due to steam and slippery footing. In that moment, he stumbled forward toward the tank, but his co-worker reacted quickly and pulled him back to safety. This close call highlighted how quickly things can change around unguarded hot surfaces. Whenever hot liquids or open heating sources are involved, protective railings and barriers should always be installed around the equipment. Workers need to wear heat-resistant gear and ensure secure footing to prevent slips or falls. And above all, no task should be performed without proper safety precautions to maintain distance from high-temperature areas. Because in environments like this, even a single misstep can create a dangerous situation. Inside a factory, two workers noticed a possible fault in a large machine. To investigate, one of them stepped inside the equipment housing for a closer look. At that moment, the machine suddenly started up, trapping the worker inside its moving parts. His co-worker quickly shut off the power, but the incident showed how dangerous it can be when lockout procedures are skipped. Before inspecting or repairing any equipment, always follow lockout-tagout procedures to ensure complete power isolation. No worker should ever enter a machine area unless all energy sources are fully shut down and secured. Clear training and strict safety protocols can prevent these close calls from happening. Because in industrial environments, machines don't forgive mistakes. A man was working beside an uncovered manhole that had only been loosely covered with cloth. Focused on his task, he didn't realize that his young child was playing dangerously close to the opening. In a matter of moments, the child stepped onto the weak covering. The father immediately reacted, jumping in after the child in a desperate attempt to bring them to safety. Moments later, the mother arrived, crying for help as the situation became critical. Nearby people quickly gathered and worked together, lowering tools and ropes to assist. After tense moments of effort, both father and child were successfully pulled out of the manhole. Thankfully, both were safe. And this is the picture of the girl afterwards, with no serious injury. Manholes, trenches, and open pits must always be properly secured with solid covers or barriers. Temporary coverings like cloth, boards, or loose material should never be relied upon to prevent falls. Children must never be allowed near open work areas, and workers should remain fully aware of their surroundings at all times. Most importantly, clear safety measures and supervision can prevent such incidents long before they happen. Because when it comes to workplace and community safety, preparation and awareness protect not only workers, but also the families around them. Inside a factory, a team of workers was operating a metal molding press. On the first cycle, the process ran smoothly, but during the second attempt, one worker was late in adjusting the material inside the mold. While the others had already withdrawn their hands, his remained in place just as the press came down, showing how even a split-second delay can put workers at serious risk. Molding and pressing machines must always be fitted with protective guards and automatic interlocks. Operators should keep a safe distance, using tools or push sticks rather than hands to adjust materials. Clear communication and synchronized timing are essential to keep everyone safe around heavy machinery. Because when working with industrial presses, every second counts. A group of people were bathing beneath a flowing waterfall, enjoying the cool water. For a while, everything seemed normal, but without warning, loose soil and rocks from above gave way, creating a sudden landslide that mixed with the rushing water. Natural sites like waterfalls and riverbanks can change conditions in an instant. Heavy rainfall, unstable slopes, or erosion may trigger landslides without notice. Visitors should always remain alert to their surroundings, avoid standing directly under steep rock faces, and check safety warnings before entering such areas. Because respecting nature's power is the first step to staying safe outdoors. In a busy work area, a worker was operating a large press machine, placing sheets into the press as part of the process. For the first few attempts, everything appeared to run normally. But then, as the material shifted, the worker leaned in closer to make an adjustment inside the press. At that moment, the cycle started again. The incident highlighted how quickly things can change when workers enter the danger zone of automated presses. Press machines must always be fitted with guards, sensors, and emergency interlocks to prevent activation when a worker is too close. Any adjustment or troubleshooting should only take place after lockout/tagout procedures are followed, ensuring the machine is fully powered down. Operators and co-workers should also maintain clear communication so no one acts unexpectedly around live machinery. Because with heavy industrial presses, prevention and preparation are the only real safeguards. Two boys prepared to leap from a height into the water below. The first jumped in, landing safely. But only seconds later, his friend followed, without giving enough space. As he entered the water, his leg struck the first boy's shoulder, leaving him stunned and struggling for a moment. Thankfully, nearby people noticed and ensured both boys reached safety. Whenever jumping or diving into water, spacing and timing are critical. One person should always clear the landing area before another jumps. Designated swimming zones and supervision help prevent accidents, especially among younger swimmers. Because even in recreational settings, a little patience and awareness go a long way toward keeping everyone safe. Inside a factory, a worker prepared to unload a material bag into an industrial mixer. As he lifted the bag, the motion drew him closer to the running machine. In an instant, the mixer's pull caught hold, drawing the worker toward the moving parts. It was a close call that highlighted the importance of maintaining distance and control around active machinery. Always shut down and lock out mixers and other powered equipment before loading materials. Use mechanical aids like hoppers, chutes, or lifting devices to avoid direct contact with moving machinery. Proper guarding and safe work practices protect workers from being drawn into hazardous zones. Because when it comes to industrial safety, prevention begins before the machine ever starts. In a busy work area, a worker was seated near a large rotating metal wheel attached to an operating machine. He focused on his task while the equipment continued to run. But then, due to a mechanical issue, the heavy wheel came loose from its position. It suddenly dropped, striking with force and showing how quickly equipment failures can put nearby workers at risk. Workers should never remain seated or positioned close to active rotating machinery. Regular maintenance and inspection of bolts, guards, and fasteners are critical to prevent unexpected detachment. Safe distances, protective barriers, and proper seating arrangements can greatly reduce exposure to moving equipment. A worker was standing on the ground while a heavy machine part was being moved by crane. Suddenly, the load slipped and came down toward his position. For a moment, it looked like he was in danger, but he reacted quickly and managed to move clear just as it fell. Workers should never stand beneath suspended loads, no matter how secure they seem. Regular equipment checks, clear communication, and maintaining safe zones are key to preventing accidents. In lifting operations, distance is the best protection.